Today we have to talk about if there is a real chance for Bitcoin revisiting the sub 20k levels, and I will give you my view what I believe is going to happen, and if there is actually the possibility that we see these levels here once again this year before we go into a multi-year bull run. And if you think that is interesting, then you should definitely stick around here. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let's directly jump into today's episode. So here on the 4-hourly chart for Bitcoin on Bitstamp, things starting now to not look really pretty, I must say that. And the reason for that is that we are creating here a bear flag. Let me actually take here some proper lines for that. So if I draw here a line like this and a line like this, so here you see we have a potential bear flag here, and it is a nasty one. So I will take a conservative target from that candle alone. Normally I can extend it all the way up to $29,000, but let's be conservative here. That would put us at a price level of $23,756 if that bear flag breaks to the downside. So of course there is also the possibility that we are just creating here now a W pattern, something like this, and continue to go upwards. But for that, we have to reclaim the 0.786 level, the $26,280 level, which is now resistance. And yesterday we got a retest of that level and got rejected. Today we tried to break this downward sloping trend line, which is acting as resistance, and also got rejected multiple times, 2 times today. We got 2 times rejected today alone from that downward sloping resistance line, which is confirming that this level is right now a level that the price has to overcome to move back into higher prices, which is not the case right now. So, and that's why I'm watching really closely the downwards trending line to see if we first of all going down to that line, and if we get back to that line, if we break it to the downside and potentially can shorten Bitcoin from $25,600 approximately, with a target, like I said, of $23,000. The only thing that I want to point out is you should be careful when we get to $24,800-ish, because there is a lot of historical support and a lot of historical impulse moves came also from that level. So you see that here the whole run to 30K came from here, also here, and here that level was acting as resistance. So there is some confluence around the $24,800 level, and that's why we should be a little bit cautious when we get there, because that is one of the levels that I'm watching closely for a potential strong bounce back to the upside. When we're going then to the 12-hourly chart, here I want to stress this again, this red box has to hold. Once we are losing this red box here where the price is trading in right now, then things will accelerate really quickly and really ugly to the downside. And here we have a real chance again to get to $23,000 or even lower to like 22, and if we lose 22 we go to 20. Right now I don't see this happening as long as we are holding the box, but I anticipate at least a retest of the bottom of that box with a potential move back to the upside. To flip here completely bullish again in the short term or even in the midterm, we have to flip $28,300 to $500. And as long as that is not happening, we need to be here really careful with our trades, because as we have seen, there is not a lot liquidity necessary to drive the market down. Here on Kraken, I want just to show you guys this, because that was really surprising to me to see this, because it happened today. On Kraken, on USDT, we got actually a spike to $29,365, but you can see immediately also got rejected and came all the way back down to the range that we are trading in. So let me actually mark out. I would not range trade this, I tell you honestly, even though it looks really tempting to do that. And I tell you why I'm not doing that. Because first of all, the range is not really big. The range is a $500 range. Of course, if you leverage like crazy, then it makes from a financial point, profit-wise, sense to do that. But you always run into the risk when you get close either to the resistance level or to the support level that one of them is giving in, and then you might up with a trade that you don't want to hold, because you would normally go and short resistance and long support, but if one of them breaks, then you're kind of screwed. Even if you have a stop loss, you will end up in a losing trade, and that is something that we don't want. And that's why with such a crazy move to the downside, I'm not looking at trading that kind of range here on Bitcoin. When we look on some altcoins, there are some opportunities right now because they are behaving a little bit stronger than Bitcoin during this drop, which was really surprising to me. But Bitcoin itself is not really interesting to me right now to trade. So if you want to trade something, better start looking at some altcoins. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade, do that on BYBIT. The competition is still ongoing, where we can share a prize pool of $8 million. The only thing that you have to do is that you sign up with that specific link here, and you go to the AMC Winners team, go to Squad Showdown, go to AMC Winners, join the team, let's fight together for a share of the $8 million prize pool. Or you copy trade me on BYBIT. You can also do that and get a $30,000 bonus, but also only with that specific link here in the description and in the pinned comment below. When we go to the CME's future market, I also want to give you a really bullish outlook. We have basically until tomorrow to see a bounce for Bitcoin to close that huge CME gap that we have. That is coming from 27,000 all the way up to $27,500. If we are not closing that in the next 36 hours, chances are that this CME gap will stay here for a little bit and that we will actually go lower and not going up, because the CME gaps, they have a history of closing after a Sunday within 48 hours. If they haven't closed after the market opened on a Sunday within 48 hours, the chances are increasing that for quite a while the CME gap will be not revisited. You should not forget, we still have CME gaps above us here at $34,500, $35,000. There's a CME gap that wasn't closed, not yet closed. And the same could happen with that CME gap if we are not closing that in the next coming days. And that's why I want to stress again, if that is not happening in the next 36 hours, that potentially we have to get ready, that we are ranging a little bit more and then go to the next support level to the downside. And of course, the lower we go, the better the buying opportunity on one side, but the less you want to be actually opening long positions and looking potentially more at short positions. So, but I'm not doing that. I'm not risking a potential massive bounce here at any given moment. And I believe that shorting right now could be quite dangerous in these price levels where we have historically so much support for Bitcoin. I honestly don't believe, also when I look here on the BLX chart, that we come anytime soon back down to these kind of levels here. To this floor. I don't believe that we're going to revisit that. I believe that the low point is in. And as long as we are riding the middle band of the Bollinger Band, things are kind of okay. So that Bollinger Band is right now at $23,150. As long as we are staying above that, there is a chance that we are breaking in the midterm into higher levels. Lose that middle band and we're going at least to $20,000 and going to retest here that kind of range here. So that is, but from there, I expect definitely a big bounce back to the upside. And that's basically it already for today's, guys. There's not much else to say. Nothing crazy really happened in the market, so we have to be patient here. And of course, don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you then again tomorrow.